You had a lot of questions about our tiny lake house rental renovation, so let's take a little drive to the cabin and I'm gonna answer your questions.
Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out.
Okay, we're here. Let's go check it out.
I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way.
All right, so I am standing in an outhouse. So surprisingly, one of the most popular questions that you asked was, why can't we keep the outhouse? Are we gonna keep the outhouse? So in the original video from 2 weeks ago, when I introduced the tiny lake house renovation, I talked about removing the outhouse because we are putting an actual bathroom in the cabin. And some of you said the outhouse is grandfathered in, so we don't have to demo it. That's partially true. However, we did have to apply for development permits and building permits for this renovation. We're still waiting to get those permits. We can't start construction without those permits. And we're thinking that when the municipality allows us to go ahead with this renovation, they're going to want the outhouse removed. It is slightly on the neighbor's property. So I will keep you posted on that. It is a really cute outhouse. I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty adorable. It would be nice to keep it for outdoor purposes. So we'll see. Welcome to the garage. So you also were asking about the garage and whether we could use this for a bunkhouse or use it for storage. Sadly, this is in really bad condition. I mean, it looks like it was built prior to the 1950s. It's very old. The roof is basically sagging in, so it's really not safe to actually have anybody in here. However, we'll probably use it for storage of some kind. Maybe later on down the road, we can replace the roof, make it structurally sound. But for now, we're gonna focus on the cabin and making that the spot where people sleep. This for now is gonna be storage, and maybe one day we can either tear it down or try to make it structurally sound to add maybe a potential bunkhouse down the road. You also had questions about the exterior and the yard of the cabin. So let's talk about the exterior plans. I'm gonna do a little bit of Photoshop magic here. So here is a picture of the cabin a couple months ago. And here is my vision after lots of thought. Here's kind of what I want to do. Boom. So I know it's not the perfect Photoshop job, but this is the gist of what we hope to do. The siding is in great shape, so we're going to sand it down, and then I want to paint it a nice deep warm green. So this specific green here is Salamander by Benjamin Moore because it matches the warmth of the mint green that's going to go inside in the interior. Do a mint green door, build pretty much a whole new porch, and then add some copper light fixtures. We're gonna do all new windows. We have to. We're gonna do some nice wide white trim around the windows and doors, and then hopefully do just a really low maintenance front bed just to give it a bit of curb appeal. So I like the idea of this one where it's just gravel, where it has just some low maintenance shrubs, and then in the backyard we'll just add a fire pit, more low maintenance shrubs. It's gonna look a whole lot better once everything is really nice and green and the lawn is mowed. What do you think? Okay, so now that we chatted about that, let's take a walk down to the lake. I want to show you the walk. So here's the lake. Look how gorgeous it is. There's a dock that can be used right here. And it is a massive lake. It's huge. Our family can't wait to enjoy it this summer. Now that we've had a little break at the cabin, a little look at the lake, let's go home and talk about some more questions that you had. Okay, back home, back in the studio. to answer some more questions for you, I grabbed a coffee, which is a very special treat because normally I just make them at home. So I am going to enjoy this. Let's dig into it. I had some questions about the floor plan and most of you really loved it and thank you for your encouragement. Some of you didn't like that I added a hallway in the front of the house as you came in. With the floor plan though, I am stuck with what this is. This is gonna be what it is. How did I come up with it? I thought for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks about it, turned everything around, went over everything in my head. My mom's a professional home plan designer. She's designed tons of homes. She does it for a job right now. I consulted with her and there was just only so many things I could do with this 467 square feet. We didn't want to move any doors or any windows. Why? Because we do not want to spend a ton of money on this reno. This house is so small. We just don't have a huge budget. So we don't want to be moving doors. We don't want to be moving windows. We don't want to be having to change the siding. The original siding is in great condition. So moving things around would make us have to like piece this 70-year-old siding together, which wouldn't work. So I am really happy with the floor plan. I know it's a bit quirky with the doors to the bedroom and the bathroom in the kitchen area, but I really like the hallway as you come in just for the storage. We'll put a storage closet there. We'll put hooks all over the wall. There's really no other storage for jackets and things in this whole cabin. And then I really just wanted that back space looking out to the yard. Why didn't I do an open floor plan where the bedroom was just open to the living room? The reason is I did want to have the option of having 4 people stay in this place and maybe 2 couples. So you do want them in separate areas. So I wanted the main bedroom to be closed off, private, and then to put a sofa bed in the living room just in case we want 2 kids there or another couple there. That just gives it a bit more flexibility and allows more people to stay. Also some questions about the heating and the septic. So yeah, we do have to install everything from scratch since the cabin has no service except for electrical. Again, we have to wait for our permits to be approved and then Sean is going to be digging out holes on the property for a septic tank and for a water tank as well. And we're gonna be heating the cabin with in-floor hot water heating. So it's gonna have this beautiful radiant heat. It's gonna be perfect for the small space and so cozy, I think, even in the winter. Some of you are wondering how we found this cabin. So it was just like our first one where we as in I, stalked MLS, which is like the multiple listing service for real estate, every single day and looked at a couple of lakes nearby that I love. So we're in Alberta, Canada, in Central North area. And once I stumbled across this one, we started the process of seeing if we could afford it, and then we were excited to be able to purchase it. Just like our other one, we were looking for something that was in really rough shape, something that was lakefront or close to the lake. So this one's pretty close with a 2-minute walk, and something that had a little bit of character. Just like our last one, this house was not habitable. It's a seasonal house with no bathroom, so it just had summer guests in it. It's not a year-round house. Just like our last one, we were looking for something that needed some love, that needed to be revived from basically an unlivable state. To me, there's just something about bringing something that is maybe forgotten about, something dilapidated, something in really poor disrepair, and turning it around into something that is actually livable, something that people can enjoy. I think that with our last cabin was such an exciting process. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope I answered most of your questions. If you have any more, let me know down in the comments below. I'm gonna commit to posting about this tiny lake house renovation every 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, you're going to see the beginning of the demolition of the cabin and see if we find anything interesting inside the walls, like the last place where we found mouse poop in the walls. So make sure to subscribe to my channel to get all of those updates. I'm gonna leave some more videos that I hope you will enjoy watching next, right up here.